NFS, NFS. We the best, we the best. NFS, we get those foes rocking right out of your chest like this. Yeah.
Yo, what is good? It is your boy, Randy Bell.
What up? It's your boy A-squar3d.
And this is another NFS Podcast where we finally figured out what to talk about.
Woo!
I wanted to talk about like animes and shit. I was gonna say like I was gonna watch the Death Note movie and all that bullshit.
Oh my God, you didn't.
No, I didn't because the fucking internet started going crazy with this whole with David Dobrik and shit.
Oof, yes.
And I believe because we're not big artists, we can talk about all the bigger YouTubers because hell, we're nobody. Anyways.
Oh hell yeah. Well, elaborate.
I mean, you know about it. So.
I only know gist of it. I only knew
Nick,
that once
you've seen the fucking podcast, the other podcast, the
the H3 podcast, the Frenemies podcast, yeah.
Because
yeah,
I did watch David Dobrik a long time ago.
Yeah,
it was interesting, when I saw, because what I was introduced to was like, just white kids being white kids. I'm like, okay, they're doing dumb shit. I liked how the cuts worked. Because which I'll get into actually later on. But it was only when I found you started actually manually looking through his stuff that you start seeing certain things that were disturbing.
Very disturbing.
You wouldn't pick up on it unless, of course, you were of that culture, because in most of the situations there's a lot of situational culture things that basically lead up to being racist and make you feel uncomfortable, but because of the way the cuts work, it kind of glosses over it. Yeah,
like you don't bat an eyelid over it because like he's that good at editing it.
It's not even that good. Well, I guess yes, it's that good, but it's a situation where it's just like, like you don't get much time to think about it. It's like
no.
It's like being on a drug or something. Shit is just happening so fast that you're just kind of like, wait, what? Because I watched and I remember watching and seeing people come and people go, and it seemed like people kind of acted weird about how they were there or when they would leave and shit. But then it was when Trisha left. Yeah,
that's when like shit started to.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, I won't even lie because I'm like everybody kind of just said, yeah, she's her and she's kind of crazy. So everyone just looked at her as the problematic child, and she left. She said she said a whole bunch of stuff, but it was kind of like, okay, Trish. I don't know because again, she'll say something like this, and it's like, okay, we'll pay attention, but then after you go and do a whole bunch of other drama spews. So then what you said before just doesn't feel like it has any validity.
Yeah, but it's only when she started talking to Ethan and the H3 podcast, and that's when she started like airing out the same thing. So at that point, like I was at the same boat as you were when I first heard Trish talking shit about the Vlog Squad and shit, and I was like, okay, like it's just gonna be another internet drama that I'm just gonna shove under the rug. But as her and Ethan like talked about it more, there actually became more of a merit to it because she started airing things and she actually had receipts on everything that happened while she was with the Vlog Squad. And it sort of gave credence to like what she was saying months ago when no one believed her.
Of course.
And that's how things started rising.
To me, I think it started, what she said started becoming more believable when, sad to say, other people started coming out. Because, again, the thing that killed her, it wasn't what she said about them, because that was like, okay. But then it was like the fact that you started jumping onto other things, saying that, I know that she said she had DID, and then saying that she was this, and saying that she's that, and it's like blah 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 blah. You're making so many controversial or you just have so many controversial takes coming out on you that it makes it hard to be like, okay, what the fuck is going on? It just seems like you really need help rather than this shit did something to you. So yeah.
No, well, little did I know that
sorry, but like more so, I would say one of the reasons why also there was no validity to it, or no one really believed it, was because no one in like the vlog squad was saying anything about her or saying anything about that situation, because she was dating dude. Fucking
that was the biggest. That's what I was trying to say earlier.
Yeah, and nobody's saying anything from that side and that angle. That it was just like, oh well, bro, you must be tripping. Even though that's probably like it's the worst way to be. I know that's like
it's horrible. It's like not believing the victim. Yeah,
but it was just the fact that it was like, we'd like to believe you, but you keep on doing all this other. You keep on saying all this other shit. So it's like, maybe. Nah, So yeah, but then when Seth came out,
yes,
then things made sense. Well, I won't even say things made sense. Things started to be like, oh, okay.
So there's a dark side to the vlog squad.
Maybe, but it was like for black people, like I as a black man, like I said, when it came into looking at more of his stuff, that's when it started being like, what the fuck is this? Because there was the whole blackface situation they had going on there. There was a whole watermelon situation they had going on there. Then there was a whole, and then there was the whole kissing, the kissing situation that went on twice. And the amount of effort that he went into it was like, it was fucked up.
Very fucked up.
And then to only find out that, again, it was racially motivated, because they find out, oh, he's from Compton, so yeah, there's going to be issues. And
of course there's going to be fucking issues.
Well, it's just the fact that they want to bring this shit back, and I'm like, he doesn't fully understand the certain consequences, because we don't know, and I can only assume he don't know what kind of family he's part of, what kind of situation that could put him in.
Exactly.
Because it's just like, you're thinking on the lightest level of he's gonna be made fun of and blah 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 blah, or hopefully either they're probably some sick shit of hoping that he gets beat up or something for it, or kicked out of the hood and all that kind of shit. And it's like, what the fuck? And
that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Very fucked up. It's the fact that
and it's the fact that he acknowledged, like David acknowledged that on his podcast, that so they're hoping that shit was gonna happen for years. And like when I first saw Seth on that shit and doing all that kind of shit, my instinct was just like, a whole lot of coon shit. And I was just disappointed, because I'm like, bro, you're not supposed to be there. Don't be there for this shit.
Yeah.
And then the whole kissing thing was everybody was on the same page, because it was just like, nah, I don't believe this. Mainly because, again, it goes back into ever being a victim, or anyone ever being an assault victim, or all that kind of stuff, where it's like, when this shit happens, something's taken from you. And again, like Seth was saying, because I listened to the podcast of talking, it's like something's taken from you. You start and you go numb. And you're constantly trying to deal with it in your head, but you can't necessarily figure it out.
Yeah.
And just to take it like a step deeper, because everyone's just kind of like, because it's a lot of white people more so talking about it, so they don't fully understand the dynamic of how or why he may have acted the way he did. He was going to get to, so of course set up the whole thing of like, set up the first prank of him getting pranked to kiss Jason ass, which was ask him, hey, would you want to do a bit of kissing Corinna? Would you make up a Corinna? He's like, yeah. But would you do it with her wearing a old man mask or whatever? And he's like, yeah, sure. He's down because, hey, Corinna's hot. Yeah, sure. They do it. He makes up with He ends up making out with Jason instead. He pulls off his mask. And in this moment, as a black person, there is two ways to react. Straight flip the fuck out.
Yeah.
Or chill. And sadly, one weighs more than the other. I have to chill. I have to act like it's all good because guess what? It's a room full of white people. So if I start fighting anybody and one of these white people call the cops, I don't know what the fuck. I'm either going to jail or I'm dying today.
That's fucked, man.
So it's like that kind of bullshit where no one else, because I'm like, of course, a lot of white people are talking about it, so not necessarily thinking about it or they don't want to say it, of course, which is cool, but it's just like that. Those are the decisions that we have to make because again, we're in an area that we're essentially not supposed to be in with a bunch of white people. So then if we overreact and we hit somebody or we do something and then they decide that they're quote unquote scared, then they get to call the cops and we're in a situation in which there was a fucked up situation too where Seth has tickets and some shit like that, and if he goes, he gets in some trouble and David wants to bring him to the police station and tell him to walk in, like,
nah, that's
at that
fucked.
point, like all those things, I'm like, this kid could go fuck himself.
Seriously, it's not even worth the fucking like
it's
whatever.
Not worth any money in the world for your fucking pride, man.
No, honestly, like you put someone in an unknown situation like that where you're literally a minority, especially in this scenario, like of course you're gonna feel some type of way, man. Like of course you're just gonna take the high road and just say, okay, just act cool and just like try to like cope with it later, right? But then like personally, like it's like I feel for Seth at this point because like really like you're put it like to be put in a situation like that, I really don't know if I can actually keep that same level of cool, right?
It fucked up a lot of his life.
Yeah.
Because
I know.
Yeah, because the thing about it is it has its after effects. Just like you said.
Oh, yes.
This kid moved all the way to the fucking east, all the way to fucking Atlanta to try and work. And it's for people to see the shit that he's done with David Dobrik and all of that shit. Again, everyone instant thought is going into, he does all that coon shit and you just doing anything for the white man and to get a quick dollar. And it's just like,
it's heartbreaking. And then to like hear it from Trish's mouth and then like the fact that she affirmed how bad it really was in the Frenemies podcast. I knew about the situation like from afar, but like I just never really got into the Dobrik thing, right? Like I never actually think I'm pretty sure at one point like you showed me David Dobrik's shit and like you said that like
again, it was interesting because again, when YouTube recommends you stuff, they don't recommend you that shit that's problematic. They recommend you, okay, here's some funny, stupid shit. Again, it's all the white kids doing all the white shit. And there's some other stuff that I want to get back onto one thing, but it's like white people doing white thing. And then there's all the nice shit that he did. Where it's like, you get in your friends' cars and shit. So you're just like, you see that, you're like, oh shit, this kid's kind of cool. So it seems that way. And then that's why I say, I'm like, when you start looking into his shit and checking his stuff out, you're just like, okay, so what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Because then after there's a Filipino friend. I don't remember what the name is. I think one kid's gay and he's Reggie or some shit. I don't know. And there's points where I'm like, I don't know if it's real or fake. It seems kind of real, but it also seems kind of fake. But I feel like that's also because of cameras. But again, I could be totally wrong. It could all be fake. But like essentially just having your friend's brother come out to his parents on camera.
Yeah. No.
I'm like, and I feel like everyone's pulling back on the reaction and just trying to seem like they're having fun, even though maybe there might have been questions and all that kind of stuff. Who knows? There might have been a bigger conversation that was wanted to be had, but it's like, okay, again,
but because the cameras are right in front of you, it's like you're limited to
with a fucking camera brings you into his Tesla, not even at home, brings you into his Tesla and fucking does this shit. Yeah,
it's so fucked, man.
Yeah. And it's just All that because you want content.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Like I see myself in these scenarios over and over again, and like I know for me, like the better part of me would say I can't do it. Like it's not even worth gaining like momentum or like anything out of it. Like I'd rather do it out of my own merit and out of my own creative outlet than rely on someone else to fucking like dictate what they want out of this, right?
Well, it's rose-petal glasses. Again, everything seems cool in the beginning. Like I said,
yes.
Recommendations, all that shit seems cool. Everyone's having fun, so everything seems fine. And then it's when he gets into his fuck shit.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, oh, okay.
Cool.
All right. And then yes, like, but there was one thing I wanted to go back to, which was the whole kissing shit, which was you have dude. Because I don't know if this happened, because I'm pretty sure that this didn't start happening until after the fact, after all of this. But it was like, okay, because we don't have to worry about being demonetized.
Yes, right.
don't really care about it in the future. I'd rather just talk my piece and say the shit that I want and whatever.
Facts.
So to be sexually assaulted twice. It happened. And then after that, for one, kid his ass out. Because on the second shoot, he was so hyped, which breaks my heart to know that, because I'd have been the same way. You get hyped, you start telling people, yo, I'm going to be on a commercial and blah, 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 bullshit. And then to only find out that it's another fucking prank.
It's so fucked,
would
man.
Piss me off. But then after that, it's like, dude stops, I don't know how long after, stops coming onto his vlog and shit. And then I don't know 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it was happened after, this all started happening after the fact that David, I think, talked to the boys, told them about the situation, told them that Seth was blah, 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 uncomfortable. So the next thing that he had them start doing was had those guys start making out with each other.
Really? That I did not know.
Well, it started popping up a lot more. I don't know. Again, I don't know if it was 100% if it happened after or if this was happening before, but I'm pretty sure it was happened after the fact more so. And it's like you have a lot of them making out, and it dilutes the situation of Seth. There's a lot
that is fucked, man.
Like
that's actually news to me.
Well, again, like having gone to school for like film and all this shit, you start understanding certain things and certain things people do to manipulate you, to desensitize you, which is again, this guy's bothered by the fact that he was made out with, and then he asked David to take those videos down. David doesn't want to take them down, so what happens? He starts making everyone else make up with each other, because then it tells the fans that, oh, well, it's fine because all of them are doing it. So why is he being such a bitch?
Yeah, exactly.
It's that whole manipulation shit. Same thing with Corinna. Again, Corinna had a point. She's ass out. I know you get those minimum wage jobs and they ain't paying enough, and you're having some situations. So you ask homeboy, yo, can I get some money? Or can you lend me some money for whatever situation? And what does he do? Turns it into a content, turns it into a whole bit. Make sure that if you're gonna act, like if I'm gonna give you this money, you're gonna give me something back. Makes her tattoo her finger with his name.
Yeah, that's fucked.
For a couple $100.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you look at it now, like you look at it from the outside now, and then like just hearing you talk about it, like it just sounds so, it's so fucked, right?
Well, it's breaking it down, because again, when you watch all this shit, again, this is why I'm saying like there's a lot of things that I just have to backtrack on. Like when you watch everything happens so fast, that you don't think about it. It's only
you don't.
It's a short vlog. They take out all of the messy shit, all of the boring shit. They take out. They give you just here's the setup, here's the punchline, here's the setup, here's the punchline. So then you only get like 3 seconds to laugh at that, and then bam, next thing, bam, next thing, bam, next thing. And that's how that whole process goes. So that's why he can't do long form content, because if he does long form content, then it will fuck up everything, because then you truly get to see the emotions of everybody and you get to see everybody doubting themselves. Again, Seth saying no a whole bunch of times would have made everyone feel uncomfortable. Would have been like, yo, you're wrong for that. But because you only saw Seth saying, I don't know how you're asking me to agree to something that I don't know is going to happen, gives you at least a shade of gray. It gives you that gray scale of, well, I don't know, he didn't say no. And then again, room full of white people.
Yep.
Fucking, and you're the only black person there, so you don't get to necessarily flip out. So you got to act like it's cool and whatever. And now you just fucking what? And you've had to like accept the role of the coon for that time being. And it fucks with you mentally.
Yeah, no, it explains a lot.
That's why
it actually gives credence to this. I don't know if you've seen the news a couple of days ago, but there is another allegation that got out.
For who?
For Dobrik.
Ooh, what now?
Sexual assault.
For him?
Yeah, there was
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I kind of got a bit addicted to the frenemies. Because I was like, I am all about this drama right now.
I'm 6 feet deep. I was like, fuck, I can't get out of this right now. But yeah,
it was the news article with the girl, huh?
Yeah, it was a girl called Hannah. Like,
oh, her name's Hannah. Because I was like, what
yeah,
are you talking about? Well, yeah, okay, yeah. It was 3 girls.
Yes,
right? It was with the fucking Durte Dom, which I actually think I saw that video a long time ago. But yeah, so yeah, where he was going to try to make Jason buy the drinks, but then they had someone else buy it, either Scotty or Tom or Todd, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
And yeah, they pretty much got like 2 of the girls drunk because one had to drive home. Yeah. Yeah, no.
It actually gave fucking credence to that because, funnily enough, like Ethan in the H3 podcast was talking about it yesterday, and they actually, it actually got to the insider who actually wrote the article about those sexual allegations or the rape allegations.
They were talking about it, and because Trisha brought it up, because they hit up Trisha because she actually was there for that day. So yeah,
and yes, they interviewed, Hannah got interviewed by the insider. And that's how the insider got a hold of this entire sexual allegation thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, H3 was talking about it yesterday, and it fucking like it's fucking huge. Like they're like the more people dug into this, like
well, yes, again, because it's sunshines and fucking lollipops right on the top. Again, when you do short form content of a vlog, you can make shit seem fucking crazy. Everyone feels like they don't understand how it works, but it's very easy. Again, you're just taking the highlights of the day. It's just a highlight reel. You're not taking anything else. You're not taking any dark points. You're not taking any of those small shit or like just that minute boring shit, which can essentially get you closer to understanding these people. You're taking everything and you're cutting it down to a highlight reel, and essentially you're making everybody a caricature of themselves. So then that way you don't actually pay attention. So that way it doesn't seem real. So when Seth gets sexually assaulted on camera, it doesn't seem real. When fucking David is sitting in a fucking bathroom while Trisha's having sex with her boyfriend, it doesn't seem real because because he doesn't show himself sitting there for 15 fucking minutes. Waiting to do this small fucking prank. All they did was show him travel to wherever the fuck they were, go into the fucking hotel, and go get something from the fucking bathroom, and he's there. So it just shows you all this short shit. It just gives you these highlights, so you never actually get to know any of these characters. You only know them as the one-dimensional thing. Durte Dom. I can't defend him.
No, please don't.
I mean, I can't, bro. I know you came up with your half-ass apology the other day to try and save yourself. You on your own, my nigga. Yeah, let me go on to someone else.
This motherfucker.
Fuck, where was I now? I lost myself. Fucking
The one-dimensional character thing.
yes, you become a one-dimensional character, but essentially, yes, Durte Dom is the sex offender, but also I didn't like the fact of his caricature is fucking basically just blackfishing. You have Seth is just the black guy. You have any of his Asian friends anytime they do come, which I think was a rarity. They're just the Asian friends, and they probably make some jokes, but I honestly can't remember. Then you have fucking Scott. I don't know. He was just the butt of jokes. But then you go on to the other person who came out, Big Nick. He was a little person.
Yes.
Where they made extreme amounts of little jokes or short jokes and shit like that. And I get it. Hey, it's fine to make some jokes if a person is fine with it.
Yes.
But to go to the extent of how much they did is
Like,
fucking ridiculous. Especially when someone says, I don't like that shit. And then basically he slowly starts pushing your ass out or just cuts you off directly. Like, yeah.
yeah, no, that's fucked.
It is. So I'm like, one thing that I see a lot of people are saying, and I'm actually starting to agree with it, is first everyone's saying, yeah, David Dobrik's going to be canceled, but it's not going to be David Dobrik who's going to get canceled.
No, it's not.
He's going to throw Jason Nash. And I fully agree. Because again, David did the smart thing.
Yes.
He stayed behind the camera. He never was the person doing any of the situations. Who was the person doing a lot of the sexual assault? Jason. Who was the one who's doing all this fuck shit? Jason. So it was one of those situations where it's just like
his team is going to get thrown under the bus before David would actually have any culpability on it. And that's the bottom line. It's the fact that
at this point, you got to just take him down. Like, you got to just if you got to take down small pieces of the team, take them all down.
Yes, that's the mentality of it. But, I don't think it's going to work that way. I think like he's just going to, because they when H3 did it yesterday, they showed that Dobrik acknowledged the Seth incident.
Yeah, no,
but he didn't.
I saw that.
Yeah. He didn't directly say sorry, right? So I feel like it more
he never said sorry. Yeah, because are you talking about the clip that they showed on the podcast?
Yes.
On his podcast views and shit.
No. They actually showed he had a second channel where he actually put out a apology, but not apology kind of apologies.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those. Yes, yeah.
Okay, I didn't see that then. Oh, well, yeah, of course. He's
it
not
seemed
apologize.
disingenuous. It seemed like it was something so that his legal team could say, "Hey, he actually did it." But he did it on a channel where the views aren't not shown, the comments are disabled, and the likes and dislikes are disabled.
Okay,
so basically,
I heard a little bit about that, or I heard, he's pretty much been doing that lately. Yeah, he's trying to control everything, but apparently everybody's been going onto his dispo and rating it down and shit. So yeah,
jeez.
Or his app. Yeah, of course he would do that shit. But yeah, one thing that came to my mind right now, there's one person who could destroy his career, and
go on.
One person.
Go on.
Liza. His ex.
Oof.
The one person,
yes.
The one person who could truly cancel him. This is the only time canceling would happen. It's his ex. Because that is the one person out of that whole crew that has flown past him, that has become 10 times bigger than he is, and essentially can get anything that he wants, she can get it. And I think he knew that. And that's why it was hard for him to let go of that part. Hard to let go of that.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's not just some white girl made it easier. Yeah.
So all she needs to do is just speak out, and
if she wants to. Again, it's a whole thing of if she wants to speak out, if she wants to say whatever.
Facts.
Yeah. I don't Because that just kind of came through my mind. I'm like, who could actually cancel? I'm like, there's one person. Because, bro, like, she's been everywhere. Fuck, she got her own TV show. So yeah.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
That there is a counter.
Oh, that's the biggest chink in his armor. She is the kryptonite.
Yeah.
He has to hope to God that she does not want to say anything. Because all she has to do is come out and just say some bad shit about like, yeah, I saw this, and this, and this, and blah, blah, blah. Or I felt or all she has to do is say, I felt uncomfortable with this. And if she acknowledges like the Seth situation or any situation that I guess might be brought up while she was with him, yeah. I don't know what. Did they break up 2 years ago or some shit?
I think so. Let me just verify that shit. 2018.
Okay. So 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know when the sexual assault situation happened.
That I wasn't too sure when it happened, but
yeah, I don't know the timeline. But yeah. Oh shit.
You good?
Yeah, no, I just dropped my headphones. Yeah.
Nice.
Got it. Yeah, no, it's interesting. Nah, I just didn't like it because I'm like, there's a lot of fucking, I wish I could say that there's a lot of racial undertones. I'm like, no, they were just blatantly racist. And then you have fuckboy coming out to try and defend him by basically weaponizing someone else's situation.
I fucking hate that. It's such a sad fucking excuse, man.
Such a basic white boy move.
I know.
Oh, well, you released her thing, which is revenge porn, so what do you think about that? I got him, guys. I got him. Like,
yeah. It's such a fucking dumb shit to say, man.
Get the fuck off the line, man.
God damn.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting. I really want to see this through and see what the consequences and the results of all of this allegations and like fucking things go. Because I really hope that it goes well for Seth and
so far
Hannah.
So far he's doing good as far as I've seen. Like again, he moved out. He had to fucking grind his ass off to fucking get to, I guess, a good place in his life now. I don't know if he's in the greatest place, but I think he's in a lot better of a place now. So. You know, I think he's a lot better, but I think for the girls, the younger girls there, they need some justice.
Yeah, they do because
they're not in the industry at all. They're not in they're not in entertainment, so they were just put in. They felt like, oh my god, again, the rose petal glasses, where it was like everything's cool, but you're not here for just that clip. You're here for the whole night. And when you get to see your celebrity in that reality, things can go very dark. Very fast.
Very dark.
So yeah, which sadly it seems like that's what happened for them. I probably will read the article. I won't lie. I don't know if I am going to, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know when it's supposed to come out.
The Insider article?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's out now.
I don't think so, because I think as far as they were talking about, it wasn't out yet. They were saying that it was going to come out, but again, dude's lawyer were trying to get at them to like be like, yo, for one, don't use Trisha because she's not a credible source because she was there. But yeah,
get this, like the Trisha thing, like they want him demerit or lack of a better word, like not give her credit only for the fact that basically. Basically like not give her thing any merit only because she crashed her car into that fucking house at one point. That was the speculation I heard, was the fact that like they don't want to give merit to whatever Trisha has to say only because of that she had a mental breakdown, etc., etc.
Yeah,
like they were going off of that, and I felt that was fucking despicable, man.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's the whole point. Because again, you don't go through all that work unless some shit is true. Like the fact to bring up like a different situation, the fact that they brought up that over all of her controversy is just like, yo, if she tried to crash a car into her ex-boyfriend's house, why? What happened? That's my next. That's instantly my next question.
Right?
So what's good? What happened, bro?
What's real good, fam?
Like this is your point to say, dick was too good.
You know?
But they're just trying to be like, nah, she's crazy. That shows you that she lies. Like, no, that shows you that she had some situations that you guys fucked her up in. Made her feel very uncomfortable and question herself about. The fact that, you had dude listen to you guys have sex in a fucking washroom. And then after he leaves with him, because you feel uncomfortable, so you stay, so you don't even get to talk about it.
No.
You see that shit? Like, it's these things that people aren't looking at. They're just kind of like, everyone's kind of staying in the situation, but nobody's actually looking at the bigger picture of it all. Because again, everyone's stuck in the concept of just the 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yes.
It's manipulation.
It is heavy manipulation. I'm glad I never actually got into this entire Vlog Squad shit.
I mean, I'm kind of glad I got into it because now I'm just like, oh shit.
I can manipulate. I'm kidding.
Now, I got content. No. I'm lying. But nah, it was interesting because it's like, yeah, you wanted to see where it all went. Because the funny thing is, I remember watching another person, another bigger YouTuber, bigger YouTuber than us, Psych IRL. And the funny thing was, I think just after Seth had made his thing, she was doing a prediction because she was talking about the cancel culture and all the celebrities who've been canceled. And then she said, with going off of how everything with all of these people, she was saying, I believe the next person would be David Dobrik. And I was like, really? And that's what actually sparked me to finding out about Seth talking about the situation. And then I was like, oh, shit. And then pretty much luckily H3 came together. Well, not came together, or Trisha and H3 came together and started that thing because now that's helping to blow this up and actually make this visible to everybody.
Yes,
Because
they've been always the credible, to their credit, they've always been reputable for pulling shit like that, right? And then the fact that they had paid us on before, and then it felt like it was a joke kind of thing, and then the off chance we just randomly had it playing in the background, and then they were talking about this shit. That's when I got heavily invested into this. I was like, dude, this is bigger than what it is.
Yeah,
and then
nobody realized.
No.
Again, for that 4 minutes, that short form content. It
fucking huge, man.
Yeah, because imagine if they were vlogging stuff. Imagine okay, the second situation with Seth where he was sexually assaulted was him getting getting cut to where he's just like, yeah, props to you keeping your promise and blah 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 bullshit. But then imagine if you just extended that shit. You would have seen him sitting. You would have most likely seen him sitting there, having to contemplate a lot of shit with himself. Because he said, because there's so many fucking layers to that shit.
So many.
I said no a whole bunch of times. I didn't want that shit to happen. Then I just said whatever thing. Then after what happened? 2 months passed, so I forget about it. Okay, he's not doing it anymore. Get a call. You go on this website. It seems real. You get the fucking Jack's Jerky or whatever thing advertised on it. It's a whole fucking process for this. It's not just a scare prank where you just run and then blah, shit, nigga, whatever, and then you move on with your day. I went to somebody. They made a fake website for me. We used a credible company. We made the calls to make everyone seem professional. We told him that he was going to get $2,500, and we told him all, and then we gave him this, brought him onto set, and it was just like, okay. And again, he was at that point where he said he was ass out because he he actually invested money into himself to prepare for this shit.
Yep.
And then after to find out it's a fucking prank. If you just sat there, if they just sat there and let cameras keep rolling, you would have seen the discomfort.
Yes.
Because the fact
they would be singing a different song at that point. Yeah. Or sorry, the audience would be singing a different song at that point.
Because there's the fact that he has to still sit there, let everybody fucking laugh at you because you're the only fucking victim in this situation.
Facts.
And you're a good sport. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. You just got fucking assaulted. And then after fucking have to be I still gotta go ask the person who did this shit to me for fucking money. You're the one who did this to me. I got ready for this shit. I was excited for this shit. So fucking happy. You took it all away from me. And then you weren't even going to pay me nothing? You were going to give me nothing? You were just going to laugh about it and fucking move on.
That is so fucked, man.
Yeah.
That's some heavy shit, man.
Nah, the shit goes deep, but I know everyone's hitting the surface. So I'm I don't really care because I want to talk about it because this is the bullshit that a lot of black people have to deal with, especially when you're surrounded by a lot of white people. We don't get to show our full on emotions, and we don't get to be the way we are because a lot of white people when they're around us get to hold that fucking sense of power of superiority in the sense of if they flip out, all I have to do is act scared for a moment, call the cops, and then they're in fucking trouble. So we're left in a lot of bullshit situations like this. My boys fucked up in more ways than one. For everybody else, they just see it as, oh, it's just a kiss. Oh, he just made it's whatever. He's not gay, is he? It's not about just being fucking gay. I was assaulted. No. I don't know how to deal with this. No, okay. No. I was assaulted. And then after I was laughed at. And I had no one to talk to about it.
Yep.
I didn't know how to deal with this shit because you have someone do this shit to me. You have a whole group of people laugh at me because everybody is fake in that room. And then and then you aren't even going to give me the money that you said you was going to give me. And I believed that this was real.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get opportunities from this. I thought I was going to get something from it. But instead, it was your fuck shit. There's layers to how fucked up that is.
That is very
and
fucked
nobody
up.
decided, nobody wants to help that kid. Or nobody wanted to help that kid.
No.
And the fact that I had to beg you for the money because and it just sucks because again, it's not even like a whole swallowing the pride. It's fucked up because I had to come back and ask you before you left, I need that money.
Yeah. It's despicable,
and that's just
man.
one scenario. I'm you. So yeah, I'm glad Seth has woken up to acknowledge all the shit that he's been through, but all the shit that he kind of allowed happen to him. And I think that just might be my black take because I know in a situation, a lot of black people aren't believing his situation because it's just yo, how are you letting this white boy do all this shit to you? Because that's how we will think because you went back.
Yeah.
You went back, my nigga. So how are you letting him do all this shit to you? And it's yeah. Because at a certain point you don't even believe that you're worth anything anymore. Everybody around him worships the fucking floor that he walks on because he's fucked everybody in some kind of way. But everybody will look at it as whatever. I'm again, Corinna, she ain't gonna say nothing most likely because she already because again, ass out and already well into it, and he's responsible for my blah 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 bullshit. But it's just he made me tag myself with him when I was desperate. You're not a good friend. That's not a good friend. Friends don't fucking do that. A-squar3d, you could attest. I'm never gonna tell you, hey, bro, tag my name on you somewhere where people could see it. The fuck kind of shit is that?
So dumb.
Nigga, you need $200? You that hard? All right, cool. Don't worry, bro. I got you. Like,
just pay me $400 back. Wait, what?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Interest. You know?
Friendship interest. You're lucky it's a friend interest.
Exactly. You know, you my homeboy. It's only $200 more extra dollars, bro. It ain't nothing. You got it.
Bless, man. Bless. Thank you. I appreciate
save that $200 that I gave you and give me $600 back.
Bless, man. So bless. Goddamn.
I hope that everybody starts actually looking into this shit and actually looking deep into this shit, because this shit is it's fucked up. It's
not everything is always as it seems. Not everything is, again.
It never is as it seems, especially on camera.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I even fucking know that.
Not everybody does, but again, when you have just moments, when you have just highlighted good moments and things that seem joking and whatever, it then seems like it is cool. Like, again, I found myself questioning it because I'm like, is it fake? Is it real? Is he cool with this? Because that's where I'm like, I just went into the world of I don't like what black people are doing, that coon shit. Don't dance for the white people. I won't act like I've never been in those situations, because I've been around white people, but it's one of those things when you see how they interact with you, you start feeling very uncomfortable with that shit, because it's just like,
believe me.
I have situations. I just don't want to out people, or at least my people who ones that I was still cool with, but it was just like, when white people will do that, we'll do the passive aggressive racist shit. Like again, it was a party. I brought one of the homeboys with me, and they had a watermelon out there. And I won't say they did it specifically for us, but it's the fact that, like, he asked, like, oh, whose watermelon is this? And it was like, that was the fucking trigger word, because it was just like, like, no, we just have it if you want it,
Wow.
And it's just, and no, that's not the problem. It's when he said sure, and when he cut it, and when it was just like a bunch of white people watching him. And I'm like, nigga, you really gonna? And I was just like, nigga, you really gonna do this shit right now? And I don't know. It didn't seem obvious to him, but I'm just like, this bothers me so much. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
But now I'm like, and it's just, I'm stuck in a set. And again, I'm stuck in a fucking situation where I'm like, I can't get mad and I can't yell at you, because again, right now, they'll love anything we do that seems black. So yeah, I'm like, it's these situations that I'm like,
well, for one thing, we're airing it out right now, so fuck.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you got anything to air out, my nigga? I'm like, go the hell right ahead. It's been a full-on black episode. Fucking do your shit, nigga. Don't be scared.
No, I'm not even scared. It's just like, it's the fucking typical shit. It's like, oh, what kind of Asian are you? Like, how many times do I have to fucking hear that shit?
And at the same time, right now, we're going through a situation of
Jesus Christ, don't even bring it.
I mean, fuck it, nigga. Make the episode real. Make this shit real. Like, right now, you're getting Asian people who are being attacked. Every Asian right now is Chinese, and it is fucking horror. It's a fucking horrible situation.
Yeah, like just seeing like what happened on fucking Tuesday with that attack in Atlanta, and the fact that people are just shrugging it off or like shoving it off their shoulders and saying like it's a fucking like, oh, he's just having a bad day, so he just decided to pick.
Oh no, they said he's a sex addict.
Oh yeah, that now. Yeah, like it's despicable. Why can't you just fucking like say it for what it is? It's a fucking racial attack.
Yeah.
Like it's despicable because like it comes down to like just fundamentally like again like with me going to parties and shit where like I don't know any people and then they're like, oh, you look Asian. What type of Asian are you? Those are the most annoying words that I hear every single time. And then like I'm strong enough to like just shrug it off and say whatever. Like it doesn't bother me. But like
I wouldn't say strong enough. Years, I'd say desensitized enough.
Yeah, desensitized. Like
a lot of the shit we do as people of color is not strong. It is desensitized. We've been numbed.
I'm just it's so fucking numbing, man.
Yeah.
It's like I'm just sick of it. Like I'm just sick of hearing the fact that like this is still going on. I'm sick of just being the butt end of a joke, or like being the butt end of some fucking stereotype, and then just people expect me to just be fine with it because I am not what I seem to be. Like, I'm fucking human too, you know?
Yeah. We're always outnumbered usually.
Yeah.
And it's like
almost always. And then like if I react, then the people are gonna look some type of way. I'm like, what do you expect me to do? Not react and just fucking like be here?
Yeah, just accept it, bro. I mean,
I'm not gonna get $2,500 out of it, so shit.
Right? Fucking shade. No, because like right now what's happening in Canada and in Asia, America, fucking, it's all disgusting because again, it's the same shit that Black people have been going through, and now it's expanded. And I won't say I'll say it's expanded more for the Asian community.
No, personally, I think it's just because it's in the limelight now because of certain pandemic events. But
I'm just saying it expanded more in the sense of like a lot more violent acts are happening to the Asian people because I'm not going to say there never was any. Of course, there was to every fucking race. But
we were going to have a different song to sing if you were going to say, "Oh, you guys weren't attacked before." No, I'm kidding.
No, what the fuck? I'd never say that because I know everybody of color has been attacked, bro. I am a fucking person of color. It's just, yes, you're seeing it happen a lot. And again, they're coming after a lot of the older generations, the seniors, because a part of me feels like because that's a next level of racism where they just believe
attack your elders.
Yeah. Because they don't want to attack the youth. Because again, there's the stereotypes of, they could fight and all that kind of bullshit. It's like, just have a gun or whatever if they can gang. Because I don't know if it's just singular people that are attacking the older people or if it's like a group. But I feel like when it comes to groups, they'll attack like the younger kids and all that kind of shit. But it's been getting crazy and crazier. It's just the disgusting fact that, like, yes, the videos are out there, which is good. But again, what's going to be done? Like, and this isn't a question that is being placed on you or the Asian community. No. It's a question that's being placed on the fucking government and like
the individuals themselves who see this on the fucking news, and then they're like, "Yeah, we see it on the news." It's okay. So what are you going to do about it? Are you just going to go to your next door neighbor who's Asian and say, "Man, I feel sorry for you that this and this happened"? I'm like, I don't give a shit anymore. Like.
I never gave a fuck for someone to come to me and say, like, man, it was bad what happened to Trayvon Martin. Go fuck yourself. Like,
yeah, seriously, like, fuck. Like, you want to do something about it? Like,
or are you just gonna sit there and just be like, man, that's bad. All
right, so prayers, bro.
We're gonna that fuck shit. Yeah.
Nah, man, like, it's despicable. Like, more needs to be done, and I hate being a fucking like soundbite for this, but like, yeah, like, I'm just like. It's extremely numbing. Like, I can't even find the words to say anymore because, like, it's just gone on for far too long. Like, forever. Been on this, it's been like this ever since, like, we were fucking born. And, like, I figured, someone's bound to change that. Like, just desensitize the public to it, right? Like,
yep. Yeah.
All right, that's good. I'm good.
I was hoping you'd go off more, but hey, it is whatever. I was hoping some fucks and shits and bitch ass motherfucker in there, just let it out, bro.
I would go off, but we're professionals here.
Professionals, nigga, know the fuck we are. We're fucking podcasters on YouTube, alright? This is if there's any place to fucking go off. Fuck, I went on a whole rant about this fucking Vlog Squad, a group of white people ganging up on colored people to make them do shit. Like, yeah, no, I don't give a fuck. The fuck? My career is absolutely nowhere in this point right now. I do not give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if this shit resurfaces. The fuck is gonna happen to me? Cancel me? I don't care.
No.
I don't give a fuck.
I really don't at this point.
What, a bunch of racist white people are gonna say something horrible to me?
Let them.
It's Friday.
For real though.
What the fuck do I care? Will it be anything that I haven't heard? No.
Fuck no.
I've heard racist shit being said to me since I was a fucking kid. Hey, it is what it is. I've had white people who thought they were my friend, who I thought, at least even back then, high school, who were my friends would tell me all that racist shit. We all, as people of color, well, I'll say more so, I'm going to talk on the black side. A lot of us black kids have heard the same shit of white people saying, of us talking about slavery, and then white people trying to combat it, saying, hey, were you a slave? Like,
and you don't hear that same shit too.
I almost, and you know who I'm talking about, but I'm like,
oh yeah, facts.
I wanted to beat the shit out of that kid. And then I had another, and then there was the other situation. What was the other situation? Next kid. Oh, because of the way I talk. Again, because of the way I talk. Because I don't speak black. I almost fucked him up.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
If friends weren't around, us, because he felt safe. That's why he felt safe. Like they were gonna stop him. Because I'm like, sadly, in that moment, I'm thinking like, I already understood. I'm like, black kids don't always get the opportunities, and will always be guilty. That I'm like, if I do something wrong, I'm the one who's gonna get in shit, and I don't want to bring any issues for my moms, because this was high school. So I'm like, I get that. I get that. It was one of those moments where I'm like, I almost blacked out. That's what I was like, because it's just like, you trying to say that shit. I'm like, yeah, no. But yeah, there's a lot of situations. There's a lot of situations where a lot of y'all fucking racist pieces of shit are safe, because sadly enough, we have to think about all the consequences that we'll have in this, and how it's going to affect our future.
Yep.
Yeah. The anger.
I know. I'm never gonna be fucking like calmed down from this shit.
and I was gonna just come here to talk about fucking Death Note and
dude,
just the good things in life. Music. I don't even know if there's like no music I've been listening to lately besides Red Rover by Randy Bell, which is an amazing song which you should listen to because it's on all DSPs right now.
Shameless plug.
I'm gonna go plug my shit after doing that. I mean,
on my channel.
I don't care, Nick. And that's what I'm fucking tired of. Like, yo, that shit is draining. And and the sad thing is, you could keep on going and going and going, because there's so much shit that we have been through, and just
more needs to be done, man. That's all I gotta fucking say out of this shit. Like, am I gonna be happy? Sure. Like, I'm just gonna like it's not like I'm moving on from this shit, because like it's forever like embedded in me. Like, I gotta think of what I gotta fucking say and do outside in public kind of thing. But like, I don't know, like, I really want to live in a scenario where like we don't have to actually deal with racist shit like this.
Of course, but I don't know if we're gonna get to see that in our lifetime.
I don't know either.
I mean, there will be, though. I hope there'll be a time when when people are not, when race isn't an issue. But
that'll be the day.
I don't see this body ever seeing that. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, in other news, Kanye West is the most richest billionaire ever with $6.6 billion, or black billionaire.
Okay, because I was about to say, I'm like,
yeah, not Jeff Bezos rich, but like,
I was like, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are kind of competing with each other. I don't really I don't really see them being there, but I'm like, okay, Kanye, being up there, but I mean, that's how it's gonna be for now.
I know.
He is going through his divorce, so I don't know how that money's all going to be split up. But for now, yeah, he's got that. You got that.
And then that rumor about him being in the studio with Sci-Hi was talking about it in a podcast, I think, or I can't remember which show he was on, but like he said that he was working on Donda before election or his quote unquote election campaign.
Yeah. I think he might have been doing that on the No Jumper podcast.
Oh, Sci-Hi was on? Okay.
Yeah, he was on it. He did that one and he did Joe Budden podcast. That's where I found out that he actually wasn't signed to Good Music. I was like, what? Like, I think everybody was confused at that one because I'm like, he isn't?
Yeah.
Bro, he was all over Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Fucking hell, man.
I mean, I guess it makes sense because he wasn't on Cruel Summer.
Actually, yeah, that makes sense too.
Yeah.
Speaking of Dark Twisted Fantasy,
Yep.
and for all you Apple Music users out there in Canada, as of yesterday, they took off My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy on Apple Music.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
I was shocked myself because Lotus like messaged me yesterday. She told me, he's like, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is gone. And I was like, what? So then I looked because I personally downloaded that, right? Because once in a while I just need a Dark Twisted Fantasy fucking re-up.
Of course.
And
I actually went through a whole day where I went through his whole catalog. It was like amazingly beautiful, and then after it just went downhill after a certain point.
But yeah, that $6.6 billion man, for all intents and purposes, doesn't have My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy in Canada for Apple Music. Ooh. So that broke my heart a little yesterday.
Thank God I don't have that bullshit then. I rock with Tidal, and we still have it.
Oh, good.
Had to check that shit now.
Sponsor.
I mean, we could fucking use it.
Dude, honestly.
I mean, yeah. Damn, that sucks. I wonder what the story is with that, because I just heard that Kanye and Kim are kind of back onto their original relationship connection of you have to call my bodyguard in order to get to me.
Oof.
It might not be a bad thing. Like, I know I was listening to someone else talk about it, and I'm like, true. Like, I haven't been in these situations, but to have someone who essentially as a mediator and to kind of just be like, hey, let me talk to Kanye, yeah. But like that's how they started. So that was the way that I was looking. Like, that's how they started their relationship.
That's true.
If you wanted to get to Kanye, you had to call his bodyguard because he didn't have a phone. I'm like, take his phone away because he can't tweet shit.
Please.
So, thank you. Give him some time to rebuild himself. Let him heal from all the situations that he may have been through and who knows what. Like, I always try to hope the best for most people. I'm not perfect. I don't hope the best for everybody, but I try.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I mean, no, fuck you. I don't care for you. No. But yeah, no. But I say, yeah. I hope shit works out well because again, they got kids. Like,
I know.
There's the kids in the middle of that whole thing. So
yeah,
hopefully things.
I
go
really
well.
hope the best for them.
Yeah, that sucks that you lost My Dark Twisted Fantasy. That was one of the best albums.
You know what? Gives me more of a reason to find it on vinyl. So fuck you.
You ain't gonna find that shit.
I'll send you a fucking text message.
I'm just being an asshole.
And if I don't find it this weekend, I'm gonna cry like that.
Good. Cry, bitch, cry. No.
Next week's podcast.
Her dropped an album, so there you go. Or not an album.
Oh shit!
Sorry. Oh wait, a hope mix. Because song called.
Was that recent?
Yeah, it looks like it's recent. I'm just looking at my updates. It says Hold Us Together, Hope Mix. It's her featuring Torrin Wells. I have no idea who that is. Yeah, it was good because I'd rather just lighten the mood before closing this shit.
Well, speaking of lightening the mood, I can't believe we've never mentioned this, but Silk Sonic on the Grammys. Tell me you've seen that performance.
I did not, sadly.
Oof.
Why? Was it good?
Oof. Gave me Earth, Wind, and Fire vibes. That's all I gotta say. For something that like they tweeted their way into performing for that night, and for them to pull that kind of shit out, where like they look like they looked like Earth, Wind, and Fire doing a fucking like music video, man. But
true,
it was good. And then apparently Bruno was the MC for the night too. So, and I only ended up seeing the later half of the Grammys, but
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you know me. I've never really cared for the award shows. Like I've watched.
No.
I don't know. I feel as an artist I'm supposed to really be about that shit, but there's never been that inkling of like, I care. I don't care if I ever win a Grammy. I don't care if I ever win a Juno Award or whatever for what MTV shit and all that shit. I'm like, no, I don't care.
I just want to do the art, man. Like I just want to do the fucking music.
Don't fucking lie to me. We were both on two different spectrums. I know you care about that shit. You told me, which is fine. You told me why you've wanted to go to the award shows and you've wanted to win a Grammy and shit. In which I'm like, there's nothing wrong with it.
No, there isn't. But I don't remember. I guess
look at it as like that's where I looked at it. I'm like, we're on two different spectrums, but there's nothing wrong with it because again, there's people like a lot of artists. I don't know if I'm really in the smaller percentile of people who don't really think about it or care, but I know that I'm just in that place where I grew up just watching. Again, I grew up just watching shows. I grew up just listening to music. When it came to awards, I didn't understand the purpose of them. And that was the main thing. Like, there was never a purpose that was outlined, so I never actually cared to say, I win a Grammy. What does it do for me now?
All I need to do is win 22 more, and I have more than Kanye.
But what do I care, though?
I know.
Because my next thing is where I'm going to put all this shit. Like, what does it do? Like, I need purpose. I need like real and true purpose for most of the things that I do in life. If I find that I'm like, okay, you win a Grammy and it's there.
Now what?
And yeah, everyone else gets to call you Grammy nominated or Grammy award winning, whatever artist. And I'm like, okay, but I don't care.
Yeah, I get that.
So that's just where my mind is because I didn't grow up watching any of this stuff. I was outside running around doing all my stupid shit.
No, I grew up aspiring to that because I see fucking like my idols like fucking like winning Grammys and just like I want to be one of those one day. So yeah, no, you're right.
See?
I aspire to win one.
Look at you trying to be all fake and shit.
No, you reminded me. Dude, I get lost in my own head sometimes, man.
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah,
like I needed to
yeah, just follow me, nigga. No.
Shut up, man.
Yeah, nah, I never grew up watching that shit. So I was just like kind of because it was like, give a speech. Oh God. I gotta thank God. I gotta thank my mama, my daddy, my brothers, my sisters, my friends, and then I gotta name off all producers. And you know what? Maybe that's one of the reasons I don't want to do this shit.
I'm not gonna remember any of my producers' names. Producer one.
If I ever worked with y'all niggas in a good way, and I don't remember because I'm bad with names, and I don't really like to put out my flaws because then everybody likes to test you too much, and it's annoying. Not because I'm insecure about it, it's just because I'm like I don't feel like testing you because I'm gonna start being a real asshole again, And yeah, I don't want to have to remember everybody's name. I want to take them on paper and be like, Clyde on the trumpets, Jacob on the what is that? Bassoon? The fuck is it? Yeah, but yeah, you know, Jamal on sax, you know. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
Steve on the drums. Drummer 1, drummer 2.
Yeah, no, I'm like, I don't want to do all that. That's a lot. That's a lot.
You got biddies coming up to you. Oh, Randy, what's my name? Fuck.
Like, bitch, I don't know. No. Girl number 63. No. Yeah,
surprised I can remember all of the other 62.
I'm not even anywhere close to that number. I was not that big of a whore. My whole phase, I won't even like. You know, we're gonna get into that on the next podcast.
Yeah.
This is so long. We gonna wrap this shit up. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. I hope you guys learned some shit. At the end of the day, I do have good advice, but my shit ain't always right. The best thing you could do is follow your instincts and hit us up on the next podcast. My name is Randy Bell.
And I'm always gonna be A-squared.
And this was the NFS Podcast, baby. Peace easy.
Peace.